In regards to selling my art, I have been arguing for my own limitations. I have been trying to prove in my head that I'm a victim and not being capable of selling my work. And I've been trying to prove to myself also how bad everything is financially. Living paycheck to paycheck is my comfort zone. I feel genuinely comfortable when I have less money. This is my first excuse. I like working with less. I like feeling like I can't afford to go out to eat all the time. Just like spending my money on things that I don't need to be spending it on. This is my argument for my own limitations. This is my argument for why I stay a victim to my finances. I'm broke because I like being broke. I don't want to be gluttonous. I want to stay grateful for the small things. I'm afraid once I have more, it will feel like less. This though is all in my mind. I've made it up in my head. It's a virtual reality that I am creating, projecting, and therefore manifesting in my daily life, and I will admit it. Money has never been something I have ever wanted. I always took pride in that. That is what made me feel like a good person. This was where I derived a lot of my identity from, the illusions of strength that I have from. I'm poor, so I'm superior. I enjoy the smaller things in life more than the next person. These are all fear-based thoughts though. They're there to make me feel poor, to make me feel helpless, and to make me focus on things that are artificial. Because if this is an artificial reality that I'm creating in my head, and I'm all the way focused on that, this is taking me further from who I really am and all that I'm capable of. I have always been honestly confused about my beliefs surrounding money. They feel so ingrained in me and like I'm so attached to them, and they also just feel so personal. If I talk about it for too long, I just feel uncomfortable. Maybe it's because I'm an American, or maybe it's because I grew up impoverished in America, or maybe it's because I grew up being deeply harmed by people around me that had more money and they made me feel small, so I almost developed this sense of pride. This is what makes me better than you, not worse than you, like a defense mechanism. Or maybe these are just stories that I am telling myself to remain out of control of my own wealth. All of the limiting ideas or concepts that we have been taught to believe or accept destroy the wealth that is within us. All of our abilities, our gifts, our talents, things we make, food we cook, songs we sing, dances we dance. This all gets destroyed through our continuous need to make things more difficult, to be in an impoverished state of mind, and to continue to be the victim of our finances and not making money with our art. So first is the selection of which platform I want to use for making a website. I kind of just want to pick a service with templates already pre-made for me and not really do too much decorating. I do want to eventually have a logo, but that's kind of something I don't want to rush. I want to make sure I take my time with that process and make a logo that I really like. So for now, I'm just going to keep it simple, stick to a template, and have my products be the star of the show. My prints be the star of the show. So I chose Big Cartel because there is a free option for 5 items or less, which is kind of where I want to start. I don't want to jump into like having like 15 products because this is my first time having a shop, so I don't see the need of a monthly plan and having like 15-20 products. I just don't see the need in doing that yet, but I can always upgrade. So I chose Big Cartel too because I'm just familiar with it. I know that other artists use it, and so yeah, I'm just gonna try this one out at first. So my shop is gengencartridge.bigcartel.com, and I'll have it linked below. So the template I chose is Sidecar, so just like one that has like my information and all of the things on the side. I finished so far the frequently asked questions page. I just asked when will my order ship, returns and exchanges, lost, stolen, damaged packages, which countries are you shipping to, and then like a contact section and the products. And yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna have 5 different prints, but that's ambitious, so maybe 3 or 2. I have like a list of things that I am thinking I want to sell, which are t-shirts. I love making t-shirts. I've made t-shirts for the past few years. Really, I have a couple designs. It's actually one t-shirt and one sweater like crew neck sweater design that I have down. Basically, I've been experimenting on thrifted clothing. I'm going to be selling t-shirts, magnets. I want to sell my midnight snack painting on magnets. So I'm going to eventually have that. More prints, just like prints as I go. Like when I make something new on here on YouTube, I'm going to be just like posting a print version, like a limited print for that week, and then hopefully keep doing that, or however it works out. But I'm basically going to want to be doing limited print cycles. Originals, I'm going to eventually sell my paintings and my original drawings on my website. And then my big long-term goal is I want to make a calendar for 2026. This has been something that I've been wanting to do, but it's about selecting the 12 drawings, and also I think I want to make just like new drawings. I have 3 that I really like, which are the ones on my wall. I'll show you in a second, but I think I'm gonna make that a project over the course of the year and not rush it. So these are the drawings I think I'm gonna put on the calendar. This is one I drew for YouTube. This is one part of my series of I see myself in every woman I meet. I think that would look really cool on a calendar. And also this one. I have made an immense amount of art over the past 6 years that I've been proud of, and I've made efforts to share these works of art with my friends and my family. I have been proud of the reactions and proud to say that I made it, but even the mere thought of trying to sell it makes me cringe. I don't believe that anyone will buy it, and it just makes me feel embarrassed, like, ooh, how could I think that someone would want that? The efforts that I have made have really been half-assed, in the sense where if I didn't care in the beginning to sell them, then I won't be embarrassed when they don't sell. Efforts like DM for commissions on my Instagram bio, or simply just posting a picture that has terrible lighting, just like with the title of the piece in the caption, to my 50 followers that are just like my friends and family who don't really even have much interest in art in the first place, and then I get all offended when I only have like 5 likes. I thought that I was lacking in talent and skill, so that's why I wasn't going viral just absolutely effortlessly. But the only lack that there is, or there ever was, is that lack of consciousness of being and knowing who I really am. I was lacking in knowledge about the way that the world works and how there's divinity, a spiritual divine reality behind everything that there is. And this divinity for me was hidden by layers and layers of ignorance through history, education, science, religion, government, laws, rules, regulations, infrastructures, words, concepts, beliefs, what I've been told, what I've been educated to believe, what's being constantly thrown at me through the media. The way the divinity also hid from me is because I questioned, like, why would they do all of that just to keep me from who I am? Why would they, me, like, who even am I? Why would they care to confuse me? But exactly, we are so immensely powerful when we're being who we really are and doing what we really want to do with our lives, that it takes all of that to keep us from it, to keep us down. It takes so much different systems and infrastructure and belief systems and control to keep us away from us, because we're just that powerful. They need to do all of that to keep us from us, to keep us from our power. So I've never actually made high quality prints before. I've only ever made prints on like cardstock paper and either given them away for free in my Depop orders, or I've sold them framed to people at art shows or vending places, but I've never really been proud of the print that I've made. So I just got this paper at Office Depot. I'm excited. I'm excited to get this printer paper, but also nervous because I've never had like really nice print paper. I've made prints before, but I just used cardstock, which I didn't know though. This is the first time I've ever researched printmaking, and I'm excited to find out more also when I take this class starting in February about printmaking. It's gonna be, I think, lino cut printing and like carving-esque printing, so it's not really gonna be about like literally using a printer and using Photoshop and all of that, but maybe I'll take one of those types of classes in the future. But I am excited to just like have more skills under my belt in regards to printmaking, because printmaking is something I know that I would enjoy if I just got into it a little bit more. But yeah, this is the first step of many, and I'm getting Epson archival matte paper because I have an Epson printer and I just feel like it will probably print well with the ink and everything will be seamless. I think I'm going to be making all of my prints my drawings for now. So I'm just going to be making them like more grayscale and getting them ready to be printed. And so I'm going to need that printer paper, regular printer paper, to just kind of make mock-ups or like drafts of how, like, make sure it prints out in the ways that I want it to. I was happy because one of the packages was open so I could feel the quality of it, and I'm really excited to see how it turns out. Let's make some prints. So yeah, I got this paper and I'm excited to try it because it is thick quality paper. I'm going to open it in a minute. The only problem is I'm going to have to clean, repair, make sure my printer is working properly. I also need to Photoshop the scans that I have of my drawings that I'm going to be wanting to have on this first drop of prints. Okay, so I put my image in Procreate. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make this have the blacks are blacker and the whites are whiter. So I'm going to try to make a mask out of this. I'm going to put a black layer over top, put a mask on that. Mask. Oh shit, wait, I have to copy this. Paste. And then back to layer, layer, mask, invert. So basically all that did is make it so that if I erase the background, it's still there. If I was to change the background color, like that, it would still appear like that, but the whole thing would be purple underneath instead of there being a photo on top. And I just kind of find that like it works better printing wise when there is like a mask layer. So what I do is I like to basically have the layer of the photo and the mask so that it's just double the amount of pigment. The blacks are blacker. It's kind of hard to explain because I'm not like well versed on computer language. I just kind of know what I'm doing with this exclusively, and I'm going to try printing that out and see how it comes out. I'm going to be fixing this printer. Sometimes the print head is off balance, so it comes out with little lines, and I don't want any lines. And another thing I noticed is when it's printing, it kind of shakes the table, so I'm going to be transferring my printer to the ground to use on the ground because the ground won't shake. I'm gonna try printing this out as a test run, see how it prints. Print. This is the original. This is the drawing, just scanned, copy scanned, and printed out. This is copy scanned and with a mask layer over it like I showed you. I kind of like the way that the masked one looks better, but I do like how this one resembles the original. Because it's black, it's almost like blue-black. Instead of it picking up on the light grays, it kind of just took it and made it blue to make it lighter. So that's why I'm gravitating towards this one. I like how it's stark. But the only thing is I want the borders to be a little bit in more. Okay, here is with the borders. I like it a lot. Okay, next is this one. This is the original. This is the scanned and printed. And then this is the scanned, masked, and printed version. I think I like the masked one again. Even though this one does look more like the original in the way the faintness is happening. Now that I'm looking at it again, I think I like this one This one is not masked. This one's just regular. Okay, print number 2 is done. The yellowness is because the paper that I used is like cream. Okay, and this is gonna be the 3rd one. The dove drawing. I love them. I really do. I think I'm just gonna stick with these 3. Yay. But this moment is a little bit more nerve-wracking because I need to do the premium paper, which I've never printed on. So that might cause a whole nother slew of problems with the printer. Okay, I'm a little bit upset because for some reason when I did it on the photo paper, it came out with that yellowy hint. But I still like it, so I'm kind of like, I don't know, should I just keep it like that? You see what I'm saying? Like, that's what I was doing all of that work to avoid, but it's still there, so okay. Okay, I'm gonna try to print it one more time. It sucks to have to waste the paper, and I love the way it came out except for that little yellow part. And also this photo paper is really nice. Like, I love this paper. It's different than cardstock because you can tell the ink is really in there. Really nice. It says it's archival, like it can last like hundreds of years, and I definitely see the quality difference. I figured it out. Okay, this was the one I was thinking looked good but was yellow, just for reference. That I was about to give up and be like, this is fine. But now that I printed it out with the right settings, like, it's seriously the highest quality. This is exactly what I was envisioning when I wanted to print. And it's here, and I figured out how to do it on my own with my own printer. I'm so happy. I am in shock. There's no yellow cast. This is beautiful. And now I know what to do, and I'm so excited. All right, here's print number 2 with the same settings, and I love it. And here is print number 3 with those settings. I'm obsessed with the settings that I found. So on this one, there's like smudges because on the original I had like, you know, smudged with like the back of my hand. But I never erased it because I just like the authenticity of it. I like the way that it just looks like, you know, like a drawing. Like, it just adds to the fact that it's like a graphite pencil drawing. So if you're wondering about why I didn't just erase these in Procreate, I kind of like keeping those. But yeah, see, there's a little bit of smudging in here too. And then I'll probably just put my little signature here. All of the test subjects. Yes, I did waste ink. Yes, I did waste paper. You know what? That's just the price of printmaking. You have to experiment to get it just right, and that's why people have their prints made for them. But I really, really want to develop the skill on my own, so I'm probably going to keep all of them just to have, maybe give them out for free with my Depop orders kind of thing. Since they're free, they're gonna have little flaws in them. Okay, now I'm going to take pictures of the prints for the shop. I'm actually going to be taking the pictures on this black background that I have, which I was really excited when I thought of that. It's the next morning and I made some changes on the prints. I decided I actually wanted the prints to more match this one. I really like this one the best, and it's because it has more pigment to it. So I just printed the ones with that mask on it. They aren't as true to the originals, but I think that they are in the way where, like, if you see these in person, they have the same like eye captivating quality as the ones in person. Like, the darkness kind of gives it the same effect that it has in person. Here's the difference of the dark versus the light. I feel like this one looks like it's almost about to be erased, you know? And this one looks as eye-catching as the original does, because it's just like a little bit faded. It's not the same. This eye-catching in that same way. And I like the way that you're able to see the pencil smudges as pencil smudges too. I just really like it. And here's that comparison between the light and the dark for this one. Clearly the dark is the better option. I don't know what I was thinking yesterday with the lighter. Another fear that I had around selling my work was pricing. I didn't want to overprice, and I didn't want to embarrass myself with what I thought it was worth when clearly I'm worth nothing. I'm just worth absolutely nothing. So why would I think that I could sell a painting for 600 bucks? Like, why? How could I think that I could do that? But this again was my reality was my virtual reality that I completely made up through my thoughts. The thinking that we do is a thinking machine, and it has its fragments. The subconscious, the unconscious mind, the conscious mind. It has all these different fragments. But when I am who I am, when I'm living in my bliss, when I'm being myself as I am, I cannot be fragmented. I don't have fragments, and I don't need them, because who I am is way more than that. It's whole, complete, and perfect as it is. Pricing always felt like, though, something that would come after I had a huge, massive, ever-increasing art career, vast amount of followers, and a prestigious gallery was calling me to come to their show every single weekend, and I was putting all my art in this gallery, and my success was just like so intense that then I would start pricing my art. I would ask, beg, and plead the universe, wishing on a star to intervene, make my life better. Please make me capable of selling one mere morsel of a painting, maybe a drawing, maybe just a drawing. We do not, though, have to beg and ask the God, the source, the partner, the universe, whatever you want to call it, to intervene, to make our team win, to do this for me, because it's already happening. If it is happening within you, all that needs to be done is tuning in to the divine that already is absolute, ongoing, and already working in your favor. All that you have to do is tune into that, and then you're on that direction. You're already in the path. So your choice in the matter is either to follow the path of your inner knowing or your thoughts. The thoughts that tell you you're worth nothing, that it's embarrassing to even try to sell your art, and what idiot would ever want to buy your drawing that you made for fun. What idiot would do that? How could you ever make money off something that you genuinely enjoyed making without any drawbacks? Come on. How stupid can you be? Or you can trust your inner knowing, the path you were meant to go down. Observe all the skills that you have and that you would be silly not to use to obtain a livelihood that you desire, and to create a community that appreciates you and your work and wants to see you do more of that work. So the choice is follow what you believe or follow what you know. Now for pricing. So right now I have $18 for my prints. I don't know the market price for prints. I think it's literally up to the artist. Yeah, since I'm using really quality paper, it's archival, it'll last forever. It's basically as good as the original. Let me know though what you guys think. Is that too much? Is that too little? But I think that's what I'm gonna go with, because I do want a lot of people to be able to afford it. Like, I don't want to make it like $30 for just like a piece of paper, you know, a nice piece of paper, but I don't want to do too much, because I do want a lot of people to afford it and it not to be like a thing that breaks the bank. I want it to go on lots of people's walls. And then shipping, I think I'm going to do $5 for everywhere in the United States. I don't know what other countries to do. Like, I'm confused on what like the difference is. Like, everywhere else maybe like $20. Like, I don't know how it works. Like, I don't know, maybe I just shouldn't. Maybe I just shouldn't for now, and I should do more research maybe. Have you ever heard of the phrase timing is everything? Well, I used to post everything that I made. After I made the final brush stroke, I'd be like, oh, okay, let me get my phone out, let me take a picture, let me post it on Instagram immediately after finishing it. And sometimes I wouldn't even like the result, or maybe I didn't feel finished. I wouldn't even let myself like ruminate on the finished product. I just wanted people to see it immediately. And honestly, it was so a specific curator would see it at a residency that I really with all of my heart wanted. I thought it would be perfect for me, and I was making myself into this like caricature for social media so that I would gain approval in my head from this one person. I was exaggerating through this caricature my creative side to appear more of an artist type, more of the aesthetic, hardworking, starving artist. I was like going for that. Look at all this hard work. The one that's working day in and day out for her vision to come alive. I was focused on all things artificial because I was making myself into a cartoon. I was living in Disneyland, trying to make it further and further and further and further from honestly who I really am. Young people like myself in this situation have been trained their entire lives in school, TV, and in the media to live a reality that is disempowering to us and is sucking our life force from us, pushing these caricatures, pushing the aesthetics, just like trying to be somebody that we're not. YouTube though was the shining light for me in all of this. I can't remember why I made my first video. I'm pretty sure I just wanted to talk about my plan of trying to make it as an artist, and I was drawing and I was sitting there with all of these things and all of these thoughts, and I was like excited about it, but I felt like I didn't have anyone to share it with besides like my husband or my mom, and they already knew. I wanted to feel like I was telling someone, so I took out my camera. I dusted it off. Like I crashed out from this pursuit of trying to make everyone believe me that I was an artist. I was just tired of posting things on Instagram. I was tired of exploiting my talents for this curator that probably didn't even like look at my page at all. But YouTube was an outlet that I could finally have for myself. I didn't care if anyone saw it. I don't think I even checked if anyone had seen it, I mean, for like a couple weeks. But when I did check, I had 2 comments and like 8 likes, and I thought that was so crazy. Someone liked it, 2 people commented. They appreciated the things that I was saying, and they appreciated my authenticity, and it felt like they really did. It was different from receiving like a comment on my Instagram being like, this is so good, or gorgeous, or beautiful. Like it was like they genuinely saw me and they wanted to see more of me. And these people, it felt like, cared more than my friends did about something to do with my art and what I was thinking surrounding it. So it was just like, it opened me up a little bit. I was like, oh wait, I can be myself here. I don't have to be anybody else here, and no one has to know. It has completely reframed my train of thought in the sense of like, I'm seeing things from a perspective that isn't my own. I am writing more than I have ever written in my life. I didn't even think I was a good writer, but now I'm actually like passionate about writing, like discovering how I feel and researching different spiritual understandings of these sorts of experiences, because I have something I want to tell my audience, something I want to tell people that will listen. And now I like writing. Rather than the process feeling selfish or like I'm throwing a million things at the wall and seeing what sticks, I feel intentional and I feel like I have a direction. In order for your wealth to increase, you just have to recognize that there is nothing to increase. You just have to know and recognize and tune into the wealth that is already there within you. People have their favorite singer, actor, writer, dancer, but what about your own singing, writing, acting, and dancing? You have the wealth already, and you have the ability to share it. Stop squandering it and giving your wealth away to somebody else for your job or whatever. Use it for you. Share it with people that will appreciate it, will want to support you in your pursuit of doing more of that. And when you own who you are, you become strong. You become steadfast, loving, doing it for yourself, for the wealth is in you. The pleasure is in your heart. So now I'm gonna be uploading the photos that I took to Big Cartel. Basically just making them products on here. So I'm gonna add product, add an image, shower it off, open. It looks nice. The next product is One More Taste. I love it, I love it. Okay, and the last one is Please Don't Leave. Get it? Because she's clinging onto the dove. I just updated my shop with the new photos and I really like it. I'm happy with the way that it turned out.
And I like how clean the website is, not doing too much.
I have a Depop and I've sold almost 200 items. I took a long hiatus though, the past like 6 months. These 200 items I had sold within like 6 months, and that's a lot. And that genuinely took a lot of patience and posting and measuring and communicating and taking photos that were enticing to the viewer. It took forever. But I kind of abandoned it when I started really getting super into YouTube, because I felt like I was just selling my old junk, and it became kind of about growth. Like I wanted to keep growing and growing and growing, and YouTube just felt more like I had a place to land, so I kind of just focused on YouTube more rather than selling the pieces that I actually enjoyed. I was just selling my clothes that I no longer wanted. I want to start again. That's one of the things that I want to keep doing because I want to be proud of it. I don't necessarily want to be like a selling machine monster. I just want to sell items that I genuinely like in my closet, and that sounds kind of counterintuitive. Like, why would you sell the clothes that you like? But I just want to have that own sense of expression. I like selling clothes that I like because it recognizes my own ability to manifest more clothes that I like. Nothing is of value, just let it go. Kind of as a therapeutic process for me to let go of items that I really like. I want it to be its own art form rather than a bunch of my old junk. It's also a place that I want to use for like upcycling items with my art on it, which I have done in the past, but I want to do more of that. So this is another way I can focus on who I am without all of my fears like surrounding money and how to exploit my talents and yada yada yada. It will be its own art form, its own catalog of clothing that helps me to express myself and gives me another platform to do so. I thought that I would do something like this maybe when I was rolling in the dough, absolutely through the roof successful on Depop, and then I would sell the clothes that I actually like, and then I would make my favorite upcycled pieces and I would try a little harder with putting my art on them. But this again was simply me attempting to argue in favor of disease and incurability, impossibility for all of the financial problems for my lack of expression. Free yourself. I need to free myself from that. It's time. There's no more excuses for me. Okay, I have some tea and we're gonna plan out what clothes I'm going to start selling on my Depop. I think I'm gonna take out like 10 pieces from my closet for me to take pictures in tomorrow. So let's just do that tonight. Okay, so I really like this skirt, and I was gonna originally not sell it because I liked it a lot, but I'm gonna sell everything, even the things that I like. So this is one. My heart. But it's worth it to feel that way because it's good to sell things that are quality like that. I'm also gonna sell this knitted, handmade, you can see where it was stitched, or not handmade, probably made with a sewing machine, but you know what I mean. It's just like very quality skirt that's like high-waisted and it goes down to your knee or like below the knee, and it's really quite nice. Very nice material, stretchy, and it's very good for work, Wednesday Addams type of vibes. I'm also gonna post this. This is a really nice, like a suede top from Talbot's Petites. It feels vintage, like it's very high quality designed and made, and yeah, it's a cute shape. It's a nice color. I wasn't gonna sell it, but now that I'm turning a new leaf, I'm gonna put that up. This again, which is one of my sweatshirts that I actually upcycled, and it has my painting kind of coming out of it like on the bottom here. I've always really liked this jacket. I've posted it before, but it didn't sell, but I think probably just because it was priced a little bit too high or something. But I think I'm gonna put this up. It's a nice like low v-neck top, and it like hugs your boobs with like the ruching, and it's just like a good staple basic top, and it's by Rampage Clothing Company, so it's vintage. I also thought I would never sell this, but I'm gonna put this up which is crazy because I love this thing. I found this at the thrift store and it's such a cute Green Bay Packers colorway, Obey embroidered logo polo sweater that I love. It's super cozy. I wear it all the time. I'm probably gonna price it a little lower. I've tried posting this before but it didn't sell. I think just because I wanted it to not sell because I priced it too high. It's just like a nice silk lingerie dress, but I've honestly worn it out before because it's just really nice quality, cute, and when you're wearing like a jacket over it, it doesn't look really too much like lingerie. It just looks like a nice dress. I'm gonna try selling this. It's a vintage Guess vest. This was my mom's, but I'm still gonna sell it, but I'm gonna price this one kind of higher so that it will really be worth it because I don't really wear it. It's not really my style. Oh, this top. It's from Zara Basics, but it's like a really nice, it has like a bunch of buttons and it ties and it fits really tightly and it just like fits really well. It feels like cotton and it is very well stitched. This is a nice, I like wearing this with like a long sleeve underneath it or in the summer with like a skirt. It's just like a nice mock denim. It's more cotton though. Thing from Express. It's a vest and it looks cute with like a kind of gothic style dressing. I think I'm gonna also try selling this black skirt, which I do wear this a lot, but it's from Toy, which I think is a nice company if I'm not mistaken, and it just goes with a lot of things. Short, like a mini skirt, but it's not too short. Goes right over everything without it being uncomfortable. Thrifting is something that I enjoy simply because it gives me that feeling of doing a lot with a little, a sense of resourcefulness, productivity, and the way of creativity because there is no one picking the items out for me on a mannequin. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. When you walk in, the pieces are all just random and you have to find them. And I love that. And it can kind of keep me in tune with that side of myself where I was proud of doing more with less and being resourceful. Like, I don't need a lot to make me happy. That's kind of a way I can like hold on to that part of me, but making it more beautiful and productive for my growth instead of letting it hold me back and clinging onto it as a source of my identity and all of this. So upcycling clothes is also something I really enjoy doing. It allows me to experiment with designs, which has led me to find a couple of designs that I would like to sell on a larger scale, ones that I would like to restock. And these creative acts allow me to live in my bliss. Bliss is not something that you attain. It is simply just you without thinking. It is your consciousness, you being there in the moment without tormenting yourself with beliefs. Being who you are in the moment of now. That's bliss. For Depop, I actually find that the set, which is typically this corner of my room for me, is actually very important. It is what captivates them to come see more. So my art does help with that. And I get some eyes on my art, and people are like sometimes like in the DM section, they're like, ooh, is this your art? So now I'm gonna start being like, yes, here's my YouTube when they ask that. Okay, this is the setup. It just shows more of my art. It is more visually appealing, not too much going on. Purple amethyst in the back. And then this is what I use to like take pictures. I just put my phone camera 3 seconds and then I do a little pose. There are so many different ways in which I could actually enjoy making money. Thrifting, upcycling, painting, drawing, making t-shirts, making prints, which I am actually taking a printmaking class at my local community college beginning in February. I'm really excited. But making videos, etc, 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 but I just don't allow myself to because I fear my own success. I fear making money. The main reason why I fear money is because I watched what it did to my family. When I was in 6th grade, basically we had nothing after having everything for so long, and I watched how this changed my family. I had 3 older brothers and I just felt like they were different and I couldn't experience childhood in the same way. I wasn't able to be a kid in the same way I was when we had a lot of money, and that in and of itself was really heartbreaking to me. I was like, why does money change everything? Like, I hate money. Like, it just made me hate money instead of hate the reason why it happened. It was like, no, money is the cause of all of this. I didn't like the people I came home to as much as I used to, because everyone felt depressed and less excited to see me, and their tempers were shorter. I felt less lovable. My fear of success may be rooted in my fears of losing that success and what person it might change me into once I have more, or what person I would change into if I had more and then if I was to lose it. Just the changing of me and the things that I like about myself. But I must free myself from these things that I've spent so long fearing and believing as absolute truths. It has literally come to a point where I cannot hold on and cling to these beliefs anymore. I must sell my work and promote myself and make efforts to share my abilities with the world from a growth standpoint. I must. In order to grow as a person and shed my beliefs that are keeping me further from myself, I must share the wealth that I hold innately and use it for myself. I must observe where this fear is generating from, give up my attachment to it and my belief that I need it in some way, as if I'm too stupid to know even what to do unless I have these emotions to get me back into the mindset of what I believe and what I have been taught and told is true. I need these emotions. I need all of this fear. That's artificial. The only thing I need to remember is who I am. And when you are who you are not hostile to anyone or anything. So I have nothing to fear. Free yourself from the things you've been taught or told is true. Witness and observe the way people are being controlled in their minds by media and education. We have all been trolled by cons. Control. And it's time to give it up. Be who we are and sell our art, share the wealth with people who appreciate it. I got 3 drafts ready on my Depop, and I'm just gonna post like 2 or 3 or 1 even per day, just to like keep people engaged. I keep them in my drafts until 6 o'clock p.m. and I post at 6 o'clock because people go on Depop more at night, apparently, according to Google. Yeah, I'm posting 3 tonight to start, and then I'll be posting like 1 or 2 for the rest of the week, like kind of just divvying it out. And then I think I'm gonna make more Depop pictures every Sunday and just kind of try to start getting back in the flow of things. And the more I do it, the more money I'll have to spend on going to the thrift store and finding more things I like. Selling the clothes that you actually like on Depop affirms your ability to manifest more clothes that you like at the thrift store, rather than clinging on to those pieces of clothing that you really like and then trying to sell everything you don't like. That kind of tells yourself that you won't be able to find good pieces in the future. Short form content. One of the reasons I should have a hard drive and should be saving all of this footage that I have made over the course of the year on YouTube for more than just making these videos on here. I make excuses for myself why I don't try harder to make short form content. I know that it's something that I could be good at and something I could also enjoy if I just sat down and did it, but yet I don't sit down and do it. And this is yet another way I am self-deprecating and self-sabotaging my own wealth, because I am afraid to go back to sharing with those friends and family and the things I have been doing in my private sanctuary on my lovely YouTube channel that I have cherished being private and like secluded from people that I know. And like, I don't want to give that up. Like, I just don't want, like, that's my excuse. I actually recently, the other day, posted my YouTube video for the first time on my story, like a link on my story, and that was like crazy. I was like, whoa, I can't believe I just did that. And then I posted a few like screenshots of my thumbnails, and I was like, I have a YouTube channel. And that was like, it was like me coming out of the closet that I'm a YouTuber. But this was my first step towards making the short form content, because I was just like, this is what I've been doing. This is exposing myself in a way that might be awkward at first, but no one really cares. No one cares. No one cares. For some reason, the last few things I really need to do is own who I am and be unapologetic about it to people in my life. Not overdoing it in that caricature sense, but just being me on there, using it as another form of expression and promoting myself. The shy child in me is screaming, but it will be okay. And it's an opportunity to make my platform bigger, to expand my audience, and to share my message to more people. And I'm sure that I would enjoy the process of making these videos, making this content, if I just gave myself the chance. I am also going to Office Depot for a hard drive. I think I'm gonna get the SanDisk portable SSD with 1 terabyte. I think that's gonna be my big purchase for the day. So yeah, I'm excited to finally have a hard drive and not have to struggle to find my footage because I deleted it for extra storage and all of that, and just really start taking this seriously. Yeah, I'm excited to have extra storage so I can take more videos and not feel stressed out about it, like not feel pressured to take less because I don't have as much storage. You know, I just think it's important to get the things you need when you're creating and not hold off those sorts of purchases, especially if it's something you know you're passionate about. Just making those purchases and getting the things that you need in order to have the best possible time creating that you can, and not limit yourself too much in the sense of like, oh, I don't need it, I'll wait till I'm making more money off it, yada yada. Like, none of that. Just giving yourself the things you need because you deserve them for your creative process. And just like that, I have what I need. So I got the SanDisk Extreme portable SSD, high-speed storage designed to keep you moving. 1 terabyte. I don't know what exactly I'm gonna put on here. I think just all my B-roll. Oh my god, it's so tiny. I didn't realize it would be baby. It's so cute. Look how cute it is. It's like literally so small. I love it, and I love what it means as well. This means that I am going to start taking myself seriously when it comes to content creation. Make it official. Like, I am a content creator. I create content surrounding my art, and that's what I do, and this is what I use. I think this is something to connect the thing to your device so that you can upload the files, obviously. And like, it comes with a little dongle for Type-C to USB, which is nice. Thank you to those of you who contribute whatever you can give to this channel, because what you're doing is helping me to be able to do this, to do the research, to share these messages, to be able to offer it to you. Please share this with people that you know who could get value from these messages that I share with you. I now have a shop where I've posted a couple of prints, and I have some tees and original works coming soon on there, and of course my Depop and Instagram are linked if you want to support me there. Watch my journey in real time to make these platforms extensions of my artistic expression, and let it inspire you to do the same. We always need to give. When we give, we acknowledge our power to manifest, to be able to contribute, to make a difference with our own resources. As long as we're putting in something that is going to contribute to the healing of everyone, of all of us, myself and yourself, we vote with our dollars, so to speak. The last way I have been self-deprecating is by being too shy to ask you to subscribe, like, and comment. I gave myself the excuse of if they wanted to, they would. Why would I have to ask them? They're going to do it if they want to. But I'm going to try to start getting into the habit now of directly asking you to, as it would greatly benefit my channel and it would help me to continue to making these videos. So if you enjoyed watching this, if you made it all the way here, please like, comment, and subscribe, share with people that you think could receive value from this. Copy link, interact in any way, because it really helps me out, and I really appreciate all of my supporters so much that it could never be possibly described with words. My appreciation for that, and for you guys when you support me, because all words are words, and my appreciation for you goes beyond words, letters, and numbers. Thank you guys so much again. I will see you on the next one. Bye guys.